What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Larina Doreen, and I'm here with Exposed Vocals just to answer some questions about music, shows, and everything else I got coming up.
So tell us your story. Where did you grow up? What made you decide to become an artist?
So I'm from New York, and music pretty much just ran in my family. Both my parents, they sang, and all my siblings sang, and we all pretty much play piano. So it was pretty much literally in my genes to become a singer. But growing up in that environment, it just persuaded me to, to draw to music. I started singing when I was 6 years old, and then I started writing songs when I was 7, and playing the piano when I was 7, and and then I fell in love with the guitar later on when I was 14. I just suddenly wanted to play acoustic guitar, so I was just like, I just asked for a guitar one birthday, and I just, jumped right in. I didn't really have any lessons. I didn't really think about lessons, actually. I just kind of wanted to explore the instrument, and I fell in love with the guitar, and just kept writing and kept practicing from there.
Wow. Since everyone was a startup once, can you give any smaller or local bands or artists looking to get gigs and airplay some tips?
I would say to any artist that's starting out, keep promoting yourself and keep practicing. Those are like number one. Those are like key rules, because I feel like, the more you practice, the better you get at it. And the more you promote, the more people can see how good you're getting at it.
Right.
Once others see how talented you are and how much you love it and your drive for it, gigs are gonna reach out to you. People are gonna reach out to you and let you know. I mean, every compliment counts. Every comment matters. Feedback is valued. So that's what I say. Just keep practicing. Keep an open mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And be really optimistic. For your opportunities. And yeah.
Do you ever make mistakes during your performances? How do you handle that?
Many times. I've performed sometimes, and maybe there were some sound issues, and I was maybe singing a little bit faster than the track, or maybe the track was a little bit faster than me. I've performed some places and I've tripped when I was performing. But it's all a growth process, and I feel like every artist has to go through that. Because it's part of growing. You learn what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So I feel like, welcome your mistakes, when you perform. Because they only make you better. The next time you won't make the same mistakes, so I definitely have made mistakes when I performed, but I keep singing. I just keep on going, and I'm just like, okay, well, but as well, the stage should feel so natural to an artist that if you're up there and you make a mistake, you're in control. You have the mic in your hand. If you want to stop the music and just say, hold up, let me stop the track, like, do whatever you want, because you're in control. So, that's what I feel like. Just feel natural.
Wow. Do you tour? Anything interesting happened while you were on tour that you think our readers and viewers would enjoy hearing about?
Okay, so I actually haven't done a tour yet. It is something that a lot of people have been, mentioning to me, like, oh, you should tour, and we want to see you perform and all that. For the next album, which I'm working on my next project, there may be a little tour in there. So that may be in the works.
Any planned studio upgrades? What are you working with now?
Okay, so actually I record at my brother's home studio, Peak of Records LLC, and it's an independent label. He uses a lot of good good softwares, Pro Tools and GarageBand, kind of a little past that, Reason and Logic and things like that. We definitely experiment with different, different softwares, different things. But I feel like as independent, use whatever works for you, because you won't always be able to just find like the best softwares out there and everything like that, but use whatever's working for you. You know what I mean? And make the best out of it. You know, because you never know. You may create your masterpiece on, you know, whatever. Maybe a little keyboard, a learner's, a starter's one.
How do you find ways to promote your music? What works best for you?
Promotion. It's really, really super important for you to promote your music when you drop your music. I definitely I promote by just staying active constantly. So you know, the most social media that I'm active on is my Instagram, and that's really how I promote. I love to do a lot of visuals when it comes to my songs. So on my recent EP that I just dropped, It's Celebration, I had 2 major visuals during there, and it was great to see like my vision come alive and really explain the song. It helps people to understand the song. You know what I mean? When they listen to your song, you know, they're like, oh wow, you know what I mean? Then when they see the visual with it, it's like, oh man, so this is what she was talking about, or this is really interesting. So it promotes your songs, you know, doing visuals and everything like that. But staying active, you know, with your fans and on your social medias, that's really important. So, you know, I remain active on my Instagram constantly just to interact with my fans.
If you could perform anywhere and with any artist, where and who would it be with, and why?
This is really a tricky one because I have there's so many legends in music that I would love to meet and love to just perform with, but I'd have to say one that's always just been like, you know, like I just want to work with is Tori Kelly. I know like she's kind of new on the scene and, you know what I mean, everything like that, but listening to her music, I just love her music because she's not afraid to simply create what she wants to create. And I think that's really, really important. You know, she'll sing about anything. She'll sing just about her feelings. She'll write about just whatever she feels. And it's really natural for her. It's not something that she's just doing. You know what I mean? You can tell it's just really her. So I feel like that's an artist that I would just love to work with.
Wow. So what's next? Any new upcoming projects that you want to talk about? Yes,
actually. I'm recording my second album right now. So, and the music is so, it's really, really different. I do this thing I call my studio session journals. So, you know, every time I go in the studio, I just, you know, we record bits of me doing it, you know, the studio talk, you know what I mean, what goes on, parts of the creation, everything like that. Just to really, you know, be interactive with my fans and let them really see, you know, what's going on behind the scenes of it all.
Wow, that's awesome.
But yeah, you know, creating this project is just awesome. The music is authentic. It's so raw that I'm just like, yo, I feel it at the core, and I hope that my fans will feel it at the core too when I drop it. So I'm really excited about this next one coming up.
If you weren't making music, what would you be doing?
Okay, 2 things. If I wasn't making music, one, I'd probably be doing modeling. The first time I ever walked the runway, I was 14. And, I mean, something about the feeling of walking the runway. I was in the American Mall model search when I was 14.
Wow.
And I was, like, super nervous, you know, like, in the beginning. Like, I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to walk. But then, I don't know, something just made me say, like, I mean, you can't be shy forever. So I was like, okay, you know what? I got to step out. So I got up there, and I think it was a line you had to remember or something. And I'm like, okay, I'm practicing the line. I get up there, and then I finally walk, and it was something so dominating about walking the runway. It was like an energy or something, some sort of charge. You know what I mean? And I think that's one profession that I would totally do. If I wasn't singing, just because I love to silently act.
Wow.
But another thing people don't know about me is I love science and I love psychology. So I totally geek out at a point, you know, and I'm like, yo, you tell me something about neurotransmitters and brain cells, I'm gonna be like, okay, this part of the brain, this lobe is, so yeah, so I mean, something with psychology and probably modeling. Probably doing something like that.
What should fans look forward to in the next year or so?
Next year or so. Hopefully, you can definitely look for my next album to be coming out. New music, fresh music coming at y'all.
Awesome.
And because, I got so much great feedback from this current project that I just dropped, it's Celebration, that it's like, oh my gosh, I had people from South France reaching out to me.
Wow.
I was just like, it was heart melting. So, thanks to all the support that went out for It's a Celebration, my first EP. So you can definitely look for more new music. You can look for a lot of videos on my Instagram. I always keep up with that. And shows.
Wow.
That's all I'm gonna say. I don't give out all my details too soon, but shows.